Hi, today I want to talk about a fun way of keeping journals that our family did when we were younger. And to me, the lesson of these is not so much the journals as the reminder that you don't have to be perfect when you do these things. These are, this one's called the Anders Family Bedtime Binder. And so is this one, and then the Anders Family Journal. This was September 2003, February 2004, and then September in 2008. So every couple of years it looks like I had this idea. Now, I want to talk first about not having to be perfect, because I used to feel like these were just a failure. There are a lot of blank days. Sometimes there's just scribbling when, one of the younger children grabbed it and they scribbled all over it. I just thought, oh, why did we even do that? It's just, I didn't do a good job. I thought it would be so much fun. But now when they're older and gone and we look at these, the kids just love to pick them up. I love to pick them up and read through them. Let me explain what they are. This was the first one that we did, and it was supposed to be a year's worth, and we did pretty well. Every day was something new. For each week, we would each set a goal. And then on Sacred Sabbath, we all reported something that we had done to draw us closer to God. Moroni Monday, how did you stand for truth and righteousness? How did you demonstrate courage this week? Ticklish Tuesday, did something funny happen to you this week? Wishful Wednesday, what did you wish for today? Thankful Thursday, what's something you're grateful for and why? Friendly Friday, were you a friend? Did you do something nice for someone, or was someone kind to you? And Cerebral Saturday, did you think, learn, invent, observe, or improve anything this week? Let me just read this, and I've just randomly turned to these. Let's see. So, for example, for the Sabbath, I wrote, I thought of how precious children are, especially their little singing voices. I think I was working with the children at church, singing for their singing time. How did you demonstrate courage this week? It's blank. But we did, at the bottom, we journaled every day, just something for that day that we'd done. And on that day, we went to a Halloween party at a friend's house. So that's probably why we didn't fill out the rest. We probably came home tired and grouchy. On Ticklish Tuesday, the girls all got haircuts. Let's see. Greg was laughing because there's a substitute teacher. It looks like he was in 5th grade because he had Mrs. Wilson. So I guess Greg had 2 of them. One was that he wore flippers at the Halloween party so that he could take up a lot of spaces on the cake walk. And his second funny one was that there was a substitute teacher who was 6 foot 11 inches, so that, his teacher was there before she left. He thought it was so funny that his teacher looked so short next to that tall substitute. And it's cute because the younger children are so young that their answers are often don't fit what they're supposed to. Wishful Wednesday, I was wishing for a clean house. Thankful Thursday, I was thankful for Daddy. And most of the kids were thankful for Halloween. So it's the day before Halloween there. So, okay, Friendly Friday, it's Halloween. It's pretty much blank. Looks like Greg was homesick. Girls had a party. We bought a new car that day, our Nissan Altima. We didn't have that for very long. And were you a friend? The only one who was a friend that day was Dad. He says, I was a friend with Bob, the car salesman. So it's kind of fun. I'm probably reading too much, taking too long. Looks like I made up my own recipe for Cerebral Saturday. Kids talk about Halloween crafts that they've made. Anyway, Totally a Treasure. In 2004, we made one. This was different. Everybody was given a choice that they were going to write about that day. They could choose to either write about something you did that day, how you improved yourself that day, or something that you learned that day. I wrote, I drove children around all day. We went to school 3 times, preschool, the dentist, CAM, the bus, basketball, etc., etc. Sounds like a typical mom day. Natalie learned about Abraham Lincoln. Anyway, those are fun. There are probably more blanks in this one. I think it's cute that they're scribbling, because at that point we had a 2-year-old. Our youngest was 2, so she probably saw mommy writing and wanted to be just like mommy. Okay, a few years later, 2008, so now our youngest was 6, so our oldest would be 16, turning 17 that year. And this was with the point system, which doesn't have to do with this video. But we did, at the bottom of every page, we talked about the points that we earned for doing your chore. You earned for doing it, you lost for not doing it, which is probably why this one wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be, because I don't think it ever worked as well when you say, and then you're going to lose points. It always seemed to do better when you gained points. For doing your chore, practicing your piano, exercising, reading. You had to do 30 minutes each day. If they were younger learning, they had to read to the parent. And then you also lost points for having a bad attitude about doing your chore, or when the family's reading scriptures. If you're incomplete kitchen chore, if you had poor personal hygiene, and it says like body smells, you know what I mean. You leave clothes on the bathroom floor, you're whining when you're told to get off the computer. You weren't prepared for assignments. If you left for school and you didn't unload the dishwasher on your kitchen day, not having your laundry complete and put away on your laundry day. So, and talking back, lost a point. So, anyway, and that's for whatever. I don't even look at the points. We read the journaling. Here's what we had what's mom reading out loud to us. Those were the good old days when I was always reading a story at night before bed to all the children. Here on January 21st of 2009, we were reading The Great Brain at the Academy. We wrote what the weather was for the day, and then what happened to you today. Also, we wrote where we were in our family scripture reading, so we could know where to pick it up again. Dad was in Hawaii. Looks like I was doing more driving, and I made some hamburgers. Nathan had a hip hop class. Greg took the test to get into the Running Start program. Jackie talked on the phone with her friend. Anyway, so they're just simple things, but and again, blank pages. It's a treasure. I thought it was a failure, but now it's like one of my greatest possessions. These things are so precious to record, that every day, day by day, journal of the family in kind of fun and creative ways that help them to talk about something that they might not have mentioned otherwise. Tell me something funny that happened. And again, they don't need to be perfect. What if it was only for a week, and then later you can look back and remember what a week was like when your family was young, or when visitors came. Anyway, I love journals, and I think that they're just a beautiful part of family history that brings so much depth and color to your family's story.